Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin, I'm a film critic and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do where we talk about new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, television series reviews, that sort of thing. So if you like movies and you like movie adjacent popular culture and you like to see somebody pick those things apart, then you are in the correct place and you should consider subscribing. Today's video is supposed to be a review of the new film Halloweek Kills, but it is not. Unfortunately, and we'll get into why in a second, but this video, as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title, is not really my usual content. Something I really enjoy doing in general is watching shoot interviews with pro wrestlers where they tell stories about the backstage side of their life, like without the gimmick and without the character and stuff. They just kind of give you like dirt and like tea.
The blonde-haired guy that was a skateboard guy for a while that looked kind of good but never drew a dime.
So this video is gonna be kind of like that.
Since you want to shoot, cowboy!
If you've been following the channel for a while, you've noticed that I've kind of slipped away from my usual stream of content, and I just kind of wanted to make a video sort of explaining why, talking about what I've been up to, and just kind of shooting the breeze with you guys a little bit. Like, I have not had the time to make videos, and it really bums me out, and I like making videos, I like talking to you all. So if you are not interested in a sort of slapdash video of me talking about the last few weeks of my life and what I've been watching and things of that nature, it's okay to just leave now. There is probably like a cool cooking video you could watch, like maybe like a recipe you could learn, or like a supercut of David Schwimmer saying the juice in The People vs. O.J. Simpson.
It's like he's not really the juice anymore. We gotta get you dressed, Juice. Juice, a will? Juice.
That sort of thing. But if you have missed my regular upload videos and are cool and patient with kind of me explaining where I'm at right now, then stick around. Okay, so right off the bat, like I said, this was going to be a review of Halloweek Kills, the new Halloween movie from writer director David Gordon Green that comes out on Peacock and in theaters on the 15th, which is, I think, today. I think this video is going to go up today, but we'll see. I could not go to a screening for the film this past week because I had to work, and I was offered the chance to get like an actual digital link to the movie. We're going to get a little bit inside baseball about what it's like being a film critic, but typically speaking, when you're covering a movie, you're able to go to advanced press screenings of the film. But throughout the pandemic, it became pretty commonplace that because no one was holding physical in-person screenings, you could just get a digital link to the movie and watch it in your living room, on your laptop, whatever. Now that the pandemic is like, we're pretending it's over, and movie theaters are back to normal, sort of, getting your hands on an actual digital link as a critic, depending on the level of critic you are, is a lot harder than it used to be. So I thought I was gonna get a link to this movie this past like Tuesday, which would have given me plenty of time to watch the movie and then like write a review and then record it and edit it and publish it to you all by like opening weekend. The other day I found out that I was not going to receive the link for the movie until 1 hour before it is actually available on Peacock. I'm back to work at my full-time job now and I just can't stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning to watch a movie and then review it and get it and turn around that fast. Like I can't do that anymore. It pains me. So by the time in my current schedule I would have actual space to both watch Halloweek Kills and then produce a video about it, it would be like the middle of next week. By which point, like, why? A very similar thing happened to me last month with The Eyes of Tammy Faye, a movie I was told I was going to get a link for and didn't receive the link until like the morning the movie opened, and then I had to work that day, so like I didn't watch it until way later, and you guys never got a review of that, and I apologize, but like I kind of got to work with what I'm given. The conversation around screener access and digital link access and stuff is a much larger conversation about accessibility and things of that nature that like doesn't fully impact me as a person, so like I can't complain too much about not being able to see a movie early enough and stuff, but for a lot of other critics, especially full-time working critics, it is much harder to get access to movies sometimes, and the way studios play now, it's a difficult landscape, okay? Like, I'm not gonna be that person who's like complaining to people that don't get early access to movies about how I didn't get early enough access to a movie, but that's just the reality, and as a critic, you either choose to cover movies or don't, and because my channel is just like for me, and it's just like my thing, and I'm like my own editor and boss, if a movie becomes difficult to get a hold of and I'm not gonna have time to review it early or like on time when it releases, because of how busy I am, I'm just gonna skip it. And like I'll talk about it like on my letterbox if I do end up blogging the movie and things of that nature, but I probably will not produce a video about it because it'll be too late. I have other videos planned over the next couple of weeks, and if I delay those to do this, it's just gonna cascade. So like we're not reviewing Halloweek Kills. I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch it, so you'll get my thoughts about the movie later through other channels, but I'm just not making a video about it Oops. It is October, and normally in October I watch like as many horror movies as humanly possible. Last year, the majority of the videos I made on this channel in October were about horror films, and unfortunately, I made it 13 whole days into October before I watched my first horror movie. So like, I'm not going to be able to repeat that this month. It's just not feasible. I haven't been feeling my spooky self in general. I've been working a lot of hours, and then I also, as you guys are maybe aware if you read the description in my stuff, I've been doing some film critic work at looper.com, and I've reviewed several movies for the site, and I don't really like double dipping and making videos about them if I've already written full reviews for that site. Just it feels kind of weird. So almost everything that I've been watching for the last like month and a half or so has been for Looper, and I haven't really had as much time to do stuff for me and for you. But I did finally the other night watch my first 2 horror movies of the month. I watched VHS 94. I'm not big on anthology horror movies, but there was some fun stuff in this one. It's definitely worth watching if you're looking for a spooky movie to watch this month. And I watched 1983's Sledgehammer, a really terrible but really fascinating slasher movie shot on video that looks like a bad porno, but it's also really ethereal and weird. If you've ever seen Sledgehammer, you should probably see Sledgehammer. But me and the other boys from the Triple Beam Streams podcast put together a massive list together of the 31 horror movies we're going to watch in October. So I have like 29 more movies to watch in the next 15 days. We'll see how that goes. But this time crunch I've been under, trying to make time for like my personal life and like work life and like my freelance life and like my YouTuber life has been an uphill battle. We're moving our way into the fall now proper, so which means we're going to be moving even further into seasonal affective disorder, sad month depression time. So it's going to be work to get new videos up to everybody, but I love this channel. I love making videos, and I'm going to have to work harder to make more space in my life to do this. Because, you know, I feel like I've built up a little bit of a community here, and I really enjoy what I make and communicating with all of you about it and stuff, and I miss that lately. It's like one of the big things missing from my life. So this video is because I wanted to make a new video. Because of the Halloween thing, I didn't really have time to like watch something new or like write something new. So it's going to be a little bit kind of scattershot. So if we're going to talk about what I've been watching and doing lately, in the last month and a half, I've released 2 videos. I know that's terrible. Like during quarantine, I was making like one every few days, but 2 in a month and a half, not fantastic. I'm ashamed. But I have still been watching movies. I've just primarily been watching movies that I review for Looper. So I'll talk about those movies a little bit later in the video. But I watch other stuff. I watch a lot of TikTok when I'm in the bathroom or like on the bus, just because that's like, it's fun. I can make any analytical content to you guys about TikTok videos. You watch TikTok, it's fun, it's addictive. I watch a great deal of YouTube content, as you might imagine, as a YouTube creator. I enjoy YouTube. I primarily just watch videos about like tech stuff. Like I watch a lot of videos about leaks for like the new MacBooks. Just crap like that. It's relaxing to me. I don't have to like use the part of my brain that's like analyzing storytelling. I can just be like, oh look, shiny stuff. It's fun. I think most of you are aware that outside of film stuff, I'm also really big into other pop cultural things. Like I love pro wrestling, I love comics, and I do like television. But I tend to cycle off the things that I really enjoy watching. So like movies are kind of a constant, but there are chunks of my year where like I only watch movies for reviews. I don't do as much fun watching. That's been a thing for me lately. But like comics, for instance, there are parts of quarantine where I did nothing but read old trades all day and read comics like for hours on end, and I haven't read a comic in like 6 months. But I do happen to be in a boom period at the moment with pro wrestling. I've been watching more wrestling on a daily basis, weekly basis than I have in like a year, maybe at least. Mostly because at the end of my workday, when I get home and I want to watch something, I don't want to watch like a movie or a TV show or anything scripted really, if I can avoid it, anything that's like too involved. I like watching wrestling. It's something you watch a little more passively. It's something you watch a little more casually. And it's just, dude, I love wrestling, okay? I want to use this opportunity to make a big shout out to The A Show, my favorite wrestling podcast on RNC Radio, the podcast network that Triple Beam Streams is also on, because The A Show's Patreon account has a Discord, and it's the best community for wrestling fans that I've found online. I love wrestling. I can't stand wrestling fans in general, and I have been so lucky to find a place where when I've had a long day at work, I can watch Monday Night Raw, and I can watch it with everyone on the Discord and like have a good time and like chat back and forth. And it's like one of my favorite places to be. It's been a really big stress reliever for me in the last month and a half or so. So I just want to make a big shout out to the A Show and everyone on the RNC team. If you have not subscribed to the A Show's Patreon, I'm going to put a link in the description below, because it's just a group of really talented, really cool folks. with really fun opinions on wrestling, and they're not toxic, and they're really enjoyable to hang out with. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Obviously, watching a lot of WWE content. I have been watching AEW stuff. I know people are really, really over the moon for this product. I'm not, but I've been watching it with, I'll say, sort of cautious optimism, because I get to see Bryan Danielson, I get to see CM Punk, I get to see certain talents that I really like, even if I'm not crazy about the rest of the roster. But like, I watch Dynamite week to week generally, I watch Rampage week to week generally. Been a big NXT 2.0 fanboy as of late. The entire rebrand has been really fun in my opinion. Ron Breaker gang, Tony D'Angelo gang, Trick Williams gang.
And that's all it is, and that's all it's gonna be.
I love all these new characters and their absurd new gimmicks. Like, I'm really enjoying this show. I think it's a lot of fun. Really around this time of the year, I'd be really knee deep in the G1 Climax, an annual tournament that New Japan Pro Wrestling holds. That's been my favorite thing in wrestling every year for several years. But in the last year or two, the product's gone cold. I watched the first 4 or 5 days of the tournament and just kind of got bored. I don't even know if I'm going to finish it this year, but I'm going to try to squeeze it in between horror movies. We'll see. But that's kind of what I've been mostly up to, like in terms of watching things that are not movies. Like I find myself more and more needing to watch things for just fun, like a normal person. Like, everything I watch is not always going to be for analysis and like consumption, you know? Which kind of brings me to a video I had to scrap recently. So I saw No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie, a few weeks ago, like a week or two before it came out, and I loved it. And I have a review that I'll link in the description below, and also a bunch of other ancillary content that I made for Looper around the movie as well. And I had planned to make a video for you all ranking all of the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I got pretty far into the process of making it, but the James Bond movies are very special to me because a couple of years ago when I was going through a really bad series of depression, I watched the entire franchise over the course of like a week or two. And it was one of the most fun things I've ever done. And I enjoyed it so much because I didn't have to do anything after. Like, I logged on Letterboxd and I had conversations with friends about the Bond movies and stuff, but it was just like a thing for me. And it made it feel sort of special, if that makes sense. And I really, really liked it. And the more I worked on the Bond video that I was trying to make for everybody, it got into this thing where I was like, I kind of want to keep this for myself. Like, I just didn't want to take my love of the James Bond franchise, which is like this sort of pure thing for me, and turn it into like content. Like, it felt wrong. I know it sounds weird, but the more and more I tried to devote time to it, the more I was like, I don't really want to make a 20-minute video talking about these movies. Like, I love these movies, and rewatching parts of them and stuff, I had so much fun, and I couldn't translate it to video for everyone in a way that didn't feel fake and weird. And I didn't want to put out something fake and weird because that's just not me and that's just not what we do here. I don't like that. So needless to say, I did love No Time to Die. I thought it was an awesome movie. Everyone who has not seen it should see it. It's an impressive triumph in my opinion. It's the best Craig Bond movie that is not Casino Royale. It is so good. It's like the movie that Skyfall thought it was. It's the movie that Spectre wanted to be. It is really good. Quantum of Solace, innocent, obviously. Quantum of Solace, still a fantastic movie. Will defend it with my life. That was a big turning point for me in life, was realizing this movie is underrated. More people should see it. So, you know, just keep that in mind. That is one of the reasons why we had so many weeks without anything, because I kept working on this Bond video and it just never materialized. So that's why. You can feel free to ask me questions about Bond in the comments below. I like talking about James Bond, but I just didn't want to make this like shitty fake video for you. But I did watch some other movies that I think are things I would generally recommend or strongly not recommend that I reviewed for Looper in the last month and a half or so. Movie one was Mogul Mowgli, the Riz Ahmed film about him playing like a British rapper who suffers like a weird disease and has to change his life. It's essentially just like Sound of Metal, but he doesn't go deaf. It's a very similar movie, but it was really cool, and I thought it was pretty underrated. I didn't see a ton of people talking about it, but it was a nice movie. The guy that directed is probably going to be doing the new Blade movie for the MCU with Mahershala Ali, so I don't know, if you're into that, check out this guy's movie, because it's, you know, get on the ground floor of that dude. What else did I watch? Malignant. We didn't talk about Malignant on this channel at all, but Malignant. I don't know if it's still even on HBO Max anymore, but if you have not seen Malignant, please watch Malignant. Please watch this movie. James Wan, Malignant. Inside baseball again. When I got assigned to write a review for the movie Malignant, and I noticed that I couldn't get to a screening for it, like they just were not holding screenings in my area, and I was promised a link to view the movie that I wasn't going to get until the night before the movie came out. Now, this was for Looper, not the channel. If it was the channel, I would have said fuck it and not watched it, but Looper, like, it's actual work. So I waited around for the link, and I watched this movie thinking, if they're giving out link access this late in the day, it's got to be because it's bad. It's got to be because it's like trash. It's got to be like just like hot garbage. So I'm like, all right, we'll sit through this hour and a half of whatever, and then I'll, you know, write a mean review and move on my life. But Malignant is so good. It is like the most special movie that has come out this year. It's like James Wan walked into Warner Brothers offices and was like, hey, remember how I made you $1 billion fucking with a movie about a guy who talks to fish? Run me my freedom. Run me the ability to do whatever the fuck I want, please, before I go back and make another movie about the fish guy. And Malignant is just like this weird Wan version of a giallo that's also like... I thought about making a video about Malignant actually, but I could not find a way to actually describe how much I love this weird movie. My friends and I have been talking about it nonstop since it came out. We were all considering getting Gabriel Gang tattoos. Like, this movie, I want to tell you that if you don't know anything about Malignant, that you should watch it blind. But it's also hard to pitch the movie to you without telling you what it's like. But all I can say is it's special, and it has to be seen. I had to review Dear Evan Hansen, which is a horrendous fucking movie. Like, it's like one of the worst fucking movies like I've seen in a very long time. It has its moments. It's not entirely without merit, but it's like dog shit. I saw it with a friend of mine, and in the middle of the movie, he got up and I thought he was going to the bathroom. He just left. He like didn't come back. He just couldn't take it anymore. I saw him after the movie, and he just like went shopping. He was like, yeah, dude, I could not do it. That's what us film critics go through. We don't get to walk out of movies that suck. We just have to soldier on. So if you can see Dear Evan Hansen, just don't. Not even to understand the memes, not even to get into the zeitgeist, just ignore it, it's trash. My review for this movie just went up the other day, The Last Duel, the new Ridley Scott movie. I know I make a lot of Ridley Scott slander on the channel over the years because I'm Team Tony Scott for life, but The Last Duel rules. It's a dope movie. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, everyone in the movie kills it performance-wise. Ridley is in rare form, well shot, well written, well everything. Just a really, really sharp, strong movie. My review is in the description below. You should see this movie. It's probably gonna be a big Oscar contender. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. The other movie that I watched recently, a couple of days ago, I don't know if my review is gonna be up for it yet. It's Dune. It's the Denis Villeneuve Dune. I turned the review in, but I don't know if it'll be up by the time the video goes up. If it is, it'll be in the description below. If not, it'll be up soon. I don't know. But I still have tons of feelings about Dune that I couldn't fit into that review, so I may attempt to make a video about Dune. I'm not sure. I'm going to watch it again once it hits HBO Max and decide. I mostly liked it. I don't know. I mostly liked it, but something about it's missing, and I'm still not sure I was able to properly articulate it, so stay tuned for that, maybe. But as far as the rest of the year, there's other movies coming up that I'm obviously going to see and I obviously plan to make videos about. There's two movies, well, one that I watched the other day that I really loved. That video will be out next week, Monday, Tuesday-ish maybe. And then another one that I'm skeptical of and I'm seeing in a few days. I'm definitely reviewing that for the channel, but I don't know if I'm gonna like the movie or not, so stay tuned for that. So for the remainder of the month at least, I have 2 more videos coming out in the next like week or two. But I do want to do at least one horror movie video for the channel to go up like before Halloween. And I don't know what to do. I have like all these horror movies I have to watch with the boys for the October month spooky thing, but I figured I would just open it to you all. If you've gotten this far in this video and there's a horror movie that I've never made a video about or anything and you want to see me make a video about it, just tell me in the comments below. I'm not going to make like a real poll or give you choices. I'm just going to, if an option gets like 5 or more, picks, if more than 4 or 5 people go, yeah, I want to see a video about that, I will do it. I will make my last video of the month, my like spooky quota video about whatever the hell you guys want me to make it about. Just gonna crowdsource this and we'll see what happens. Because I don't know, I'm watching a lot of horror movies this month hopefully, but I don't know if I want to actually make a video about any of them. But if there's one that you want me to watch or want me to talk about or just my thoughts about, just tell me. And then if enough people co-sign it, we'll see. I'll make like a pinned comment or something, like asking you to list horror movies and then just put it in there. My fucking neighbors. So yeah, that's what's been up. I'm going to try to get back to a weekly schedule for videos. I'm going to try to get back to making stuff a little more consistently. I appreciate everyone's patience. I appreciate all the support you have shown me with this channel over the last couple of years. And I want to continue rewarding that and making stuff and growing this community. So yeah, so that's everything. That's everything I think I can squeeze into this impromptu little video. That's what I've been watching. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to be doing soon. Please let me know what horror movie I should make a video about, and I'll fucking do it. thank you guys again for watching. I know this is kind of a weird video, probably a little bit long too, but thank you for your support. Thank you for watching the channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. There will be more videos in the future that are not like this. If you have any thoughts about anything we've talked about today, comments below. We'll talk all that out. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, being good to yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.